Warning, this video is not made for kids. If you're a kid, go away. Twisted Metal. Some of the coolest games that I've ever played. It was actually one of the first gaming franchises that I've ever gotten into. I mean, I was playing 1, 2, 3, 4, Small Burl, and Black all at the age of 5. Yeah, one hell of a game to be playing at such a young age. I remember saving up money to get the 2012 one and then quit the game in a heartbeat because of how different it was. I've gotten and to this day still own the 2012 remote control Sweet Tooth RC, but I have no fucking clue where that's at. Hell, I was such a big fan of this series I would end up making an iceberg chart on Reddit back in, I believe, 2022, I think? I actually don't remember, to be honest. I went by the username u/ballin_walls, and I used this clownfish thing that I made back in my graphics design class, but unfortunately I deleted my account and you can't re-sign into your old one, so trust me bro, I'm the creator. I was heavily inspired by Wilfred's Ed, Edd and Eddy's chart, but looking back at it now, I think this iceberg completely sucks. It was my first and only time making an iceberg, and I made it using GIMP. No, not that GIMP. No, I meant this GIMP. It's pretty much just free Photoshop because at the time,
I have no money!
But hey, at least I made an upgrade and changed to Affinity Pro because fuck Adobe. But anyways, some of the entries should be changed or just removed entirely. Like, did I really have to put the Harbor City builds in there? No, because Harbor City was already in the iceberg. It was unnecessary. It was just like having Mr. Creel was supposed to be Dollface's dad and Preacher drowns a baby. Like, I already put Black's beta cutscenes in there as an entry. It was just kind of pointless to have the other ones in there. Also, Light World, Dark World? Light World, Dark World. That's vaguely stupid. What I meant was the Colorful World, Marcus World, and the Black World, Needles World. But there were also entries that I would like to add, such as the fact that there were Twisted Metal Black action figures. Only just Sweet Tooth and 2 versions of Mr. Grimm for some reason. They are rare and they will cost you a king's ransom. And in the vehicle selection screen in Black, Sweet Tooth actually turns his head to look at you when you press the driver button. Maybe someday I would remake this entire iceberg, but that's a big maybe. If you want to watch a video about this iceberg, go watch Drew Desidu's cover on it, which is, I say, amazing. Link will be in the description and pinned comment below. Hell, maybe if this video gets I don't know, 75 likes, or that's probably be too generous for my channel size, I will remake this iceberg and do a video on the new entries, but only time will tell. Speaking of Twisted Metal Black, Twisted Metal Black is also easily my favorite entry in the entire franchise, by a long shot. Black is fun and challenging, but not in a frustratingly annoying way like 2. Okay. I don't want this video to be too long, so let's just get into the creepypasta already. Some may remember a game called Twisted Metal Black. It was actually an amazing game, with characters such as Sweet Tooth the Clown. His real name is Needles Kane, but I call him that as it's his vehicle's name. Well, it really depends on which game you're playing. I mean, in Black and the 989 Studio games, he was just simply called Sweet Tooth. Preacher, the hypocritical evangelist, John Doe, the man with a mysterious past, and many other characters. The winner of the tournament, where they kill each other in cars to get a single wish. But be careful what you wish for, as Calypso for Twist That Wish Up. For Twist That Wish Up. That was a bitch to say. Also, well, in Black, Calypso doesn't really twist your words. He only gets 2 people killed because, you know, they're officers. They're a threat to his tournament. Now I decided to go to the old CEX and found a copy of Twisted Metal Black for £2. In a town that has problems with crimes and arson, I once witnessed security holding an angry robber at a jewelry store in the mall. When I went home, which is in a town that's shifted from normal to concrete and horrible to normal again. Just sounds like an average life in Southwest Pennsylvania. After the bakery reopened and the new shops open, I decided to go to my bedroom and put the disc in my PS2. The first thing I noticed was that on the menu, Sweet Tooth's fake clown eye that covers his right eye was open, exposing vein and muscle. Although it made me nauseous, I dished it off as it was probably just a special title screen. At character select screen, however, I saw characters actually based on people I know, including the Vicar, The vicar? I guess it's vicar, who married my aunt and uncle, my parents, my best friend who was good in banger racing, and a British lead man's driver who lives in my town. I was shocked, but continue on regardless, selecting the vicar as he was my favorite in the original game. First level was the town where my late grandparents and aunt and uncle lived. The layout was exactly correct, even where my grandparents' old garage and co-op supermarket was. Even the nearby airbase was there. I was scared but played on regardless. The first thing I did was shoot the C-17 Globemaster taking off on the runway, which crashed into a nearby hangar. I checked it and it unlocked a character based on my dad. I decided to drive my uncle's house and destroy it for a bit of fun. But as soon as I destroyed the garage, a surprise waited for me. A character on a motorcycle appeared, who was based on his fiance's late husband. Even more disturbed, I shot all the cars in the level in one. And then it said I could choose between two levels, Pagham and Margate, I think that's how you pronounce those. I choose Pagham because that was a small seaside town I went on holiday to, with a great beach and arcade. I love it. I started at the beach and decided to destroy the shopping district for fun, and then smash into the fish and chip stand. I was dealing with a character who was based on my dad's gliding club leader. He was in a glider type craft that had thrusters and launched missiles and machine guns. I managed to destroy him by using the tactic to destroy Warhawk in the original, firing at several tankers located on the beach which destroyed the glider, which crashed into a hidden trench on the beach. A character based on my great uncle in a fast tank-like machine appeared, which was disturbing. The character even spoke, saying that he wanted payback for the Normandy landings. I destroyed him, then went to the site of Pagham on parade, and ended up destroying the Queen's car. I was disturbed at my accidental treachery of my country, but regardless, continued on. After destroying 5 more opponents and won. It said that the next town would be Milton Keynes? Keynes? Is that how you pronounce it? Keynes? I was rather disturbed as it was getting closer and closer to my hometown, which I inevitably knew it would be the final level in the game. It started at the MK Dons Stadium, where I encountered a minion who had Sweet Tooth's color scheme. He was rather scary. As he started circling the stadium, I had to destroy the fuel tanks on his massive tanker. After destroying the tanks, I lured him onto a ramp near one of the stadium lights, and he hit it, exploding. The debris hit my car, and the screen went black. I heard the vicar talk about how he regrets destroying a town near him, which I knew was the first town in the game. After that, I decided to drive into the mall. In Center MK, I ended up destroying the sushi restaurant, which I liked. Man, this guy really likes to destroy everything that he loves near and dear to him. And then decided to take the battle into the outdoors, where I destroyed a Starbucks and then a Quiznos sandwich shop. I destroyed a new version of Twister, which was based on the Red Bull F1 team nearby, who still had the tornado ability. I started throwing suicide bombers with dynamites on them, who destroyed a tornado and turned the tornado into fire, which destroyed several cars nearby. After this, the level selection came up and showed my hometown's name, which I knew would be big. The first thing I noticed about my hometown was that it was rainy and was the old concrete horrible version of the town I lived in. The F1 team being Honda, the off-license Shut, the old Shut bakery, and the diner. Warhawk was there waiting for me. He started carpet bombing the area, destroying several buildings in the progress. I started firing missiles, and then he started calling for fast Twister-like Honda F1 cars. The Twister was more powerful because Calypso probably worded the slogan literally like he usually words his wishes. The slogan, Wazierfa Dreams, so after destroying Warhawk, I had to destroy 10 armed emergency service vehicles in the nearby village, which also included an armed post office truck. I destroyed all of them. And then cut to Calypso inside the town hall. He wanted to grant me a single wish, but I did not want to as I knew what was going to happen. Come on, Robert. Please give me a wish. I'm not going to kill you or anything. I could not trust him. Strangely, there was a gun on the floor. I was able to pick it up. My uncle's spirit came in and said to me to kill the bastard. I shot him, and then smashed his skull with bloody results. The credits with the song Paint It Black by Rolling Stones came on. The thing that horrified me the most was all the credits were of people I knew. No shit, the game had your relatives in it. People who I met, people I know who died. After the game, I decided to keep the disc intact and ring up Sony. They said that the creator actually lived in the area I lived in, and was actually a close relative of my dad who went to many of the locations I went to. The creator's name was Michael Richardson, and created the game because he had a type of schizophrenia which made him believe that his family were going to be killed in a war, and that relatives of his friends and families would kill him. He also personally knew me, and I thought I could end this so-called war of his life. He was crazy, and I searched on his computer and found he personally stalked me through the towns I lived in and went to. He was so paranoid he decided to get a knife and committed seppuku, which is the Japanese act of stabbing your intestines with a katana. I went to his house and talked to his mother, who actually seemed very upset. I would be too. I was furious that he was stalking me and decided to go to the lake near me. I was in the situation the guy with his haunted Godzilla cartridge did, and I decided to smash the disc up and throw it in the lake in anger. I had 5 remaining shards of the disc, stumped with what to do. I decided to go to the war memorial in my town my great uncle lived and put all of them there for him. Somewhere, someplace, I hear his voice saying, "You did it, son." I wish I could kill him, and that his statue was smiling at me. Are we for real? Are we for real? Jesus Christ. Story's not good. It's not even worth reviewing. It sucks. It's horrible. Yeah. It's stupid. I mean, it's almost kind of so bad it's good. The best thing about this was the fact that Quiznos was in this goddamn story. So, anyways, yeah, that's it. And I actually do have some projects I'm working on at the moment. Next video coming up would actually be a WWE Creepypasta. Ooh, another franchise I'm doing a pasta on. As hopefully I'll get it out before WrestleMania. I also got some request videos to do. The remake of Kinker Sister's birthday. The remake of the Kinker Sister's birthday incidents. I also have Tunimate's Creepypasta I need to do a review on. That's happening pretty soon. And then, of course, I've still got my FNAF 2 review, which production on it has been very, very slow. But wish me horrible luck, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.